That's not Ron, is it? Ex-President Donald Trump posts a photo of Florida Governor DeSantis allegedly drinking and partying with high school girls. Okay. So here's a picture if you want to put it up. Former President Donald Trump posted a photo on the Truth Social, which was allegedly showing Florida Governor Ron DeSantis drinking and partying with high school girls. More than 20 years ago in the photo, a young man appearing to be DeSantis is seen sitting on the couch with 3 high school girls alongside with photo President Trump wrote, "That's not Ron, is it? He would never do such a thing." Trump also reposted a message made by another Truth Social user who indicated that the message read, "Ron DeSantis was having a drink party with his students when he finished high school teacher. Having drinks with underage girls and cuddling with them certainly looks pretty gross." And how do you pronounce that word?
Which one? The Ida?
Ephebophilia. Okay.
You know Trump didn't write that.
The photo was taken by when DeSantis was teaching history and government at Darlington School in Rome, Georgia during 2001-2002 school year. According to the New York Times, 2 former students, both women, remembered him attending the last 2 parties where alcohol was served. They said that the parties took place after graduation and that they were not bothered by his presence at the time, although they question it now. One of the former students was quoted saying it was his first job out of Yale. He was cute. He didn't really think too much about it. Okay, so there's 2 things here. 1, the picture. 2, Trump posting the picture. Okay. I'll open it up, Tom, if you want to go first. Tell me about the picture. What do you think about the picture? And 2, what do you think about Trump actually posting a picture?
I don't know what to think about the picture. If it's really DeSantis, a teacher going to a party and there's alcohol and they're underage, that's certainly not good judgment. But that's also when was this? And the other thing is, I don't think Trump's got the moral authority to talk about this particular topic. Really, if you're going to come out and go after somebody, you got to have the moral authority to do it. And I think there's so many other things that are going on that basically this is mud boogeyman, politics here. I think Trump should stay on the message saying, hey, this is what I built. I gave him the opportunity to be governor. This is what happened. Instead, he runs a picture like this. The backlash on this was pretty severe. There's a lot of people that are on the right that were like, dude, this doesn't help us. This doesn't help us in 24, and I don't think this was a good angle. So I'm not good judgment for DeSantis way back in the day, if it happened as it's being shown. I mean, if we're seeing pure truth out of this. And it disappoints me. I think we need to elevate this, and we need to talk about all the things that are important, and it just seems like a cheap distraction.
But here's my question. Do you expect anything less from Trump? DeSantis is the enemy because he's going to go against him. This is just showing you, bro, that whoever's doing this, mind you, who got this picture? That's opposition research on your opponent. Those girls, notice how at the end the girls are like, it didn't really bother me. But, dude, all it's going to have to take is Trump to bring one of these girls out to one of these debates, put her in the crowd and be like, yeah, now she's actually changed her mind. And she was like, it was this. Right, Pat? Because, he's notorious for doing that. Yeah. But then, mind you, to me, that doesn't even look like him. I don't know if it is him. But for him to say something like grooming the high school girls, something like that, it's like, bro, how old was he? 26? I think 24? 23?
No, well, in this photo.
No, he was 20.
If I'm just doing basic math. By the way, you and Ron DeSantis are literally the same age. I think you're a month apart.
Yep.
Okay, so he's 44. I think I want to say September. If he does get elected, he'll be the second youngest president ever.
Yep.
This would be, 18 months from now. So he's 44. He'll be 45, 46. I think JFK was the youngest ever elected at 43. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just doing basic math here, Ron was 22 years old here, partying with 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
18-year-olds. Yeah. This is par for the course in college. What are we talking about here?
Yeah.
This isn't a big deal. Talk about the knock on Trump is, Miss Universe. He goes into all the pageants. These girls grabbing him by the, So this is Trump. This is what he does. If you don't think that Trump is sitting back and thinking, who's this Ron Dan Sanctimonious?
Yeah.
I built this man.
Yeah.
You don't think he's about to get petty and jealous? How the hell is he beating him in the polls right now?
Of course.
By the way, I don't think a year ago less than a year ago, 9 months ago, we had Christina Pushaw here. We had other people weighing on whether we thought Ron DeSantis would be running for president.
Yeah.
I think at this point, when you're leading the polls,
you have to.
You're running.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here?
This is a moment.
And the fact that he's the now favorite, just picture this. A year from now, we're going to have Republican primaries. It's going to be Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis on stage, that's about to get very ugly. And I think, this is my opinion, I think Ron is going to sort of take the high road. He's not going to play in the mud with Trump, and Trump is just going to look petty and just kind of come at him with little things like this. And I don't think it's going to be a good look for Trump.
But at what point? But at what point do the gloves have to come off for him? Because bro, there's only so much that. Well, mind you, this guy's Navy SEAL. You know what I mean? How long is it going to take for a Navy SEAL dude who's been through the shit to just be like, you know what, dude, I'm done? Do you think he's not going to give in at all? That's not easy, bro.
I think he does not benefit from going in the mud with Trump. You know, what do they say, that never wrestle with a pig because you both end up in the mud and the pig actually likes it.
Yeah.
He has a year and a half to take the high road, Ron. And it's just going to highlight how petty Trump will be.
What do you got this, Pat? You're smiling for some reason.
And there's already 4 now. Sununu says that it's 90% certain that his exploratory committee has found the necessary funds.
He's
and
going.
Sununu's going. So I have Nikki Haley. We have Sununu.
Sununu's doing what? Are you saying the governor of New Hampshire?
He's running.
He's gonna run.
These are no
Whatever.
names.
Yeah,
These people have no shot.
These are just for their resume. I ran for president. What were you giggling about? Because I want to.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember when? So have you taken jujitsu, martial arts? Have you taken anything? Have you ever taken
more
anything?
boxing.
Okay, what'd you take? You took what?
I did. When I was a kid, I was big in Taekwondo.
You took Taekwondo. What did you take, Tom?
I did not.
No.
I thought he was gonna say something. I did not.
He is the son of a rocket scientist. What is happening right now?
Wow, they built.
What do I look like, a brain surgeon?
Well, I'm from New York, so you know. I'm
boxing.
I'm from New York. No, I
Nuclear
did
waste
boxing.
into your house.
But what'd you do?
I'm from New York, so I did boxing, but I did judo too. You don't know if I got a knife.
I got
You know what's
I got
up.
you.
I also
No,
took
judo.
judo.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
do judo.
here's why I'm asking this question. Here's what I'm asking this question. So my son goes to jujitsu.
Yeah.
Okay. And I go and watch him.
There's
and
Tico.
Both of them. They go to
Okay,
jujitsu.
because he
right?
choked me out on your boat. You know that, right?
Did he really?
Not to cut
By
you
the
off.
way, honestly, did you feel it?
I swear to God, look at these two rascals. Tico got me in a headlock, and guess who comes? Dylan grabs his wrist and pushes more, and I'm seeing stars. I go, this is a team.
Vinny, on a serious note, did it hurt you?
I swore on our friendship.
You know,
he got me. He locked it in.
I've told them, don't do that to me. And they think
What
it
about
doesn't
me?
hurt. No, I told them, don't do that anymore.
Dude.
It actually hurts.
Anyway, go ahead.
So one day, 20 years from now, they're going to watch us and laugh
So
about it. But-
funny, bro.
So
Teammate.
they're doing jujitsu, right? And I watch them. I'm like, okay, hey, you go on top. All right, hey, so you go on top. So you do this, so you do that. And they're fighting, they're doing all that stuff. Okay, great. So imagine if you're the best jujitsu guy within that environment, okay?
Okay.
Which there's guidelines, there's rules. You can't do this, you can't do that. Say you do this for 10 years, okay? You're a black belt, you're a double black belt. I don't know, you're a black belt with 7 red stripes. We can tell you, take whatever you are, okay, jujitsu. And then you go fight with this other guy who has never done jujitsu, but he is accustomed to fighting with knives. The people he's fought with, they shank. They hit you with
Shankers.
they have
shankers.
beer
Shits.
bottles.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have beer bottles.
Yeah.
It's a street fight. It's a brawl. DeSantis has fought in confined environments.
Mm-hmm.
He's about to fight a street brawler.
Yeah.
You have to understand, it's a lot easier for the street brawler to beat a confined person than for a confined person to beat a street brawler. By the way, I may be wrong. Somebody may say, well, no, you've never fought someone. I'm just telling you, Trump has fought people in New York that they were political people, and he was able to get the permits and this and that and all this other stuff. But he's also won in business, and he's also gone and become a president. So Ron has to understand you are about to face the dirtiest, smack talking. He's going to do everything and anything to beat you. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
If you are, guess what? Get in the ring.
Yeah. And Pat, he's bitter. He's bitter too.
I think you make up a great point. I agree, and I'm going to give you a little bit of pushback.
I'm being what is it? Analogous is what I'm
analogous.
doing. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. I think you are right. The one knock that I will say on Ron is he's already being sort of crowned the next president of the United States before he's really been on the national stage. He's obviously done well in Florida, won re-election. He's crushed it, killed it. He was supposed to win by 4 points. He won by 24 points, whatever it was. And he's sort of being coronated before he's actually earned it, presidential-wise. And I think that's for a multitude of reasons. where I will say that your analogous might be off is that it's still going to be confined, because where they are going to debate is going to be on the RNC stage.
That's not going to matter.
In a primary.
That's not going to matter.
What do you mean? I'm saying that's we've already seen what Trump did to little Marco Rubio, to low energy Jed. Like, he has a blueprint of what to expect.
Are you telling me this? Okay. Did you see what he did to, let me go through the list of names of what he did. Day one.
You're talking about Trump?
Day one, Jeb Bush starts with $140 million. He's at the debate, okay, day one. And he's doing the debate. While he's going through the debate, let me see if there's music in this. If there's music in this, I can't play it because it's going to be, what do you call it, restricted. But if there's no music in it, I'll play it for you to see what he does. Day one, okay, when he came to debate Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush has $140 million he's starting off with. Trump has nothing. It's his own money. Is there music? Hang on. Day one, he destroys Jeb. Then he destroys Marco. Then he destroys, what do you call it? Ben Carson, sweetest man. Then he destroys Ted Cruz. Then he destroys one by one,
Carly Fiorino, Rand Paul,
by one, literally destroyed. Then all of this is being built out to face the dirtiest politician in the history of politics.
Hillary Clinton.
Audio on this?
I'm with her.
Okay, I want you to watch this. Play this real quick. We can play this because there's no music. Rob, I'm going to send it to you.
Rob?
Yeah, I'm going to text it to her. I just want you to watch this and see how eloquently he destroyed Jeb Bush, okay? You guys are thinking like this is going to be a fun match here. Listen, the training you get, like, for example, street fighting, shooting guns. The other day, you and I went on shotguns. You said something very interesting where you said, it doesn't matter if you shoot every single day. When the first time you pull and you hear that, the first one you feel, right? Okay, and you saw it was me, you, and Sam. By the way, just so everybody knows, I've been shooting for a long time, but I don't shoot pistols. I like shooting
rifle.
M16 rifle. That's what I like. Adam, this guy, we shoot the body. I'm in the square when I'm shooting. Okay, so 99% of my shots are on
target.
the body, on target. Vinny's not on target. No, I'm not. This is like zero jokes here. 100% of Vinny's shots was in this circle. Did you hear what I just said? Tom, 2 hours later, 100% of his shots are only in the same circle. So then I'm like, Vinny, what the hell are you doing? Guess what? He says, dude, I was an MP in the Air Force for 7 years.
I was on the shooting team.
It was insane how amazing this guy was. But some things you do in your life, you may be good at it, and then you go with another person. It's like, dude, I'm like, dude, I thought I'm going to be good. I looked at Vinny. I'm like, dude, Vinny's here. I'm like down here in this game. He's about to go with somebody that's been doing this for freaking 60. Just watch what he does. This first debate. Jeb Bush, $140 million. He's supposed to be the next president. Let me give you Jeb Bush's resume. His oldest brother's a president. His father's a president. His grandfather was Senator Prescott. This guy is supposed to be the next president, and he was a two-term governor of the great state of Florida. And then look what Trump does to him. Watch this.
Property from an elderly woman.
Let me talk. Quiet. A lot of times, that's all of his donors and special interests.
There's music. Stop it.
All of his donors, all of his dude.
So no, by the way, anyway, what he says is there's all of the donors. Is when we talked to the RNC said we can't bring anybody here. It says I don't have any guests here. These are all RNC chose the guests and the donors to be here.
Wow.
And all the people that are in the room are Jeb Bush's people. And it says, you think I'm lying to you? Here's what they did. I couldn't bring anybody. So whatever you're hearing, so immediately the viewer went to all these people that are booing Trump.
We're paid to
be there. Boom. You can't. There is not a manual for you to read to know how to handle those types of situations.
Yeah, I agree.
You and I can sit with the top 50 greatest debaters of all time, and I can invest a year into you and say every day for 8 hours, these guys are going to teach you. We're going to spend $10 million to make you bulletproof on how to debate, right? A year from now.
I'll get good.
60 years. 60 years. Good luck. If I train, how long do I need to train? I want to tell you this right now. How long do I need to train? Jiu-Jitsu and UFC and boxing. How many of the greatest instructors in the world can train me? I put a $50 million budget for me to train for 1 year straight. How many hours and dollars do I need to do to train to be John Jones?
Yeah, there's no amount of time.
There's no money.
What if I spend $100 million? Will I be John Jones in a year?
Never.
The answer is what? Say it again.
Never.
Say to my face.
You'll never beat John Jones in a fight, no matter how much money in 1 year.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
This is the part that people are like underestimating. By the way, I'm not sitting here telling you who's a better candidate for America. I'm not sitting here talking to you about politics. I'm not talking to you about any of that stuff. You're fighting John Jones. This is not a regular guy.
Yep.
This is a John Jones street brawler.
Yep.
You best bring it because he's going to get you dirty, and he's very comfortable with that. You know, guys come after us, and they call us out and say, let me tell you, Patrick, is this recently what happened this last weekend, and they did another live a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Do you have any clue what I've been doing the last 23 years? Do you have any clue, like, what kind of dirt other people at the games to manipulate? Like, do you know even the life? So when somebody's like, what are you doing? You're making yourself look like a clown when you do some of this stuff, right? But more power to you. Keep doing what you're doing. This guy is a street brawler, and you're about to go against a guy like this. So whatever they're showing, this is really what it's going to come down to. The only thing it's going to come down to is the following. Democrats. Let's talk Democrat strategy. If I'm in the Democrat strategic side, here's what I'm doing. You ready? If I represent behind closed doors, I'm a strategist. I'm the guy they bring in, but no one knows who I am, okay?
You're just a killer.
No one knows who I am,
Yeah.
and I ask, I will only help you guys if you not once mention my name, and I want a signed contract. If you do, I can sue you for $1 billion. You can't ever mention my name. Yes, perfect. Here's what I'm doing. Game number one, create a civil war. Do whatever you can to show any kind of polls, any kind of quotes to piss off Trump. Put up as many polls of people saying DeSantis is ahead. The more good quotes you put about DeSantis being ahead of Trump, Trump doesn't know how to handle that because he's a psycho competitor. He's going to go for DeSantis's throat. When he does, DeSantis can only take so much. Eventually, after thousands of text messages of, did you hear what Trump just said about you? You're going to be sick of touching the phone, or you're going to be sick of people saying, did you hear what Trump said about you? And he's going to say, I don't give a shit. Then eventually in a press conference, someone's going to ask something. He's going to say something back, and they're going to poke him. Boom. Trump's going to use that as ammunition to come after him, and he's going to keep hitting that over and over and over and over and over again. Then the left wins because once they find out who their ideal candidate is going to be, whether it's going to be Newsom, whether it's going to be Biden, whether it's going to be Hillary, whether it's going to be Michelle, all of that content that they're going to get for 1 year is going to be used against the front runner on the Republican side.
Yep.
That's the strategy of the left. And I feel if they have the right people they're helping them out, that's exactly what they're going to do to these two guys. It's called divide and conquer. They're going to play it over and over and over and over again. And the way you do it, the content has to piss off who first?
Trump.
Everything has to be about pissing off Trump, not DeSantis.
Yep.
You don't need to piss off DeSantis.
Yep.
Because DeSantis is going to be like, yeah, whatever. You need to piss off Trump. And Trump is going to go after DeSantis. So again, by the way, I'm not a political strategist. This is not my world. I'm more a business strategist. I've played a complete different behind closed doors games that I've, things that I've been a part of. But watch what happens here the next 12 to 18 months.
I agree with that. And because I think the left has to have something to go against it because whoever does come out from that side is going to be the favorite unless the left has something up their sleeves like that, like the whole Russian collusion bullshit that they tried. They have to have something. What is it going to be? You know what I mean?
There's only one name. There's only one name.
What?
Michelle Obama.
I mean, that's...
Nah, I don't think that's a thing. Well, here's like, everything you're saying is accurate. Everything you're saying is right in 2016. Because you know how they say what a difference a year makes? This is 8 years later, Pat. 8 years later. I think at the time, there was such a yearning for something different. Whether you like Trump, love Trump, hate Trump, despise Trump, what he did in 2016 was absolute an anomaly. We've never seen anything like that in American history. This guy comes on stage shushing people, making fun of people, bringing like Clinton assailants on stage. Like, this is reality TV at its finest. My only question is this: is the shtick getting old? Is the shtick getting old? As an example, we're talking about movies. When Jurassic Park came out, or The Avengers came out, or Rocky. Oh my God, have you seen this dinosaurs? When Jurassic Park 7 came out, it's like, all right, we get it. The fucking
Dinosaurs
dinosaur
eating people, got
it. And that's essentially what I'm saying here. In 2016, Trump was Jurassic Park. Holy shit, I've never seen it. It's like, now he comes out again, he does his thing. It's like, we've seen the movie, Donald. We get it. And that's the only reason Joe Biden won the election in 2020 is because people were done with the movie. We've seen it, Trump. You're doing the same thing over again, Sleepy Joe. It's not a Trump thing. It's not a DeSantis thing. It's not a Biden thing. We're going to find out what the population thinks, what American thinks. And we're about to find out.
Yeah.
I think there's a yearning in this country we're done with the old men. We're done with Biden. We're done with Trump. We're looking for something new.
Bro, okay. You think the world is based off of your yearning?
Me?
You think that America, you think the world and competition, where there's any kind of competition, is based on the yearning? Really? You think that's what it is? Let me ask you another question here. How old is Dana White right now? Is Dana White getting old? Is UFC getting old? Is Conor McGregor talking shit getting old? Is fighting getting old? Is people who talk shit getting old? Is Jake Paul getting old? Is Logan Paul getting old? Is Andrew Tate getting old? What if you were to say what type of personalities are creating a ton of momentum the last 5 years? What type of personality? Oh, is it more DeSantis types of personalities? More Newsom type of personalities? More what kind of personalities?
Trolls, shit
It's
talkers.
trolls that are growing the last 5-10 years because social media favors trolls.
Yep.
Or eyeballs and attention. No doubt.
But here's the other part. Here's the other part that you're not even considering. But by the way, who do you think I want to be president between the two? Who do you think I want to be president? I want you to actually think about the answer there. Who do you think I want to be president? When I think about Trump or DeSantis, here's all I want you to think about before you say Trump.
I wasn't going to.
Okay, when I think about Trump or DeSantis, what is the most important thing I, as a father, as a businessman, as a man, care about? What do I care about?
A role model in leadership, I would assume.
I want right policies. I want you to leave me alone. I want you to let me work. I want you to let me build my business. I want you to don't overregulate every freaking day you wake up. I want you to leave taxes in a reasonable number that we're paying taxes. These last 3 years, every year has been the most taxes I've ever paid in my life. And every year, I want to say the last 3 years, every year has been the most taxes I've paid in my entire life. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Yeah.
So 2019 was the best, most ever. You would know these numbers with mine because you know my numbers.
Totally.
2019, 2020 was the most ever combined. Then 2021 became the most combined ever since the day I was born. Then 2022 was the most combined ever since the day I was born. It's been back to back to back. I don't have a problem. Just show me the results on what I'm getting. I'm good with that. I'm looking for policies. But this is not about who you want, who I want. This is about who's going to win and what the strategy DeSantis' camp has to know. You have to be prepared for who you're going up against. Think about what ammunition this guy has. Watch the question I'm going to ask, and I want to see your answer. You ready? I'm going to ask you a question here right now, and I want you to process this and see how quickly you come up with it. Give me the biggest endorsers of Barack Obama when he ran in 2008.
Oprah Winfrey.
Exactly. It's the first thing I was going to say, and you said that. Okay. How big was Oprah Winfrey?
The biggest.
The biggest.
Huge.
Okay. Who else endorsed Obama? Everybody in Hollywood, everybody in music industry, everybody in sports, everybody and everybody. Okay. Tell me the biggest endorsers of Donald Trump. Silence.
I think Chachi from Scott Baio.
By the way, look how you're joking.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
But
I literally think that's the biggest.
But think about how quiet you got.
No, but he doesn't need anybody.
What's the point?
He doesn't need anybody.
This is not a guy that some people are, well, he's going to need this endorsement because that's not going to work. You don't understand. This is a guy that doesn't give a shit if Elon Musk wants to endorse him or not. He doesn't care if the biggest guys want to endorse him. He's not that guy. So here's what's happening.
But he should probably care.
Yeah, I agree. If I'm sitting down interviewing him, I'm going to say, why would you call Elon Musk a bullshit artist? What are you
don't
doing?
Want Elon on your side?
But that's the right question to ask. But I'm telling you how I see him. I may be wrong, but the way I see him is he doesn't give a shit if you endorse him or not.
I think it's the challenge is he gets in his own way. But go ahead.
He does. But he's proven, there's a part of him that he's shown and said, hey, you want to be on my side? Great. You don't want to be on my side? Get him out of here. Get somebody else to replace him. Whether that's right or wrong, it's not the way you would do it. It's worked for him.
No doubt. It worked for him in 2016.
What
I
does
was
he have
very explicit
What
about
does he have today that he didn't have in 2020 when he lost? You ready what he has today that he didn't have in 2020 when he lost?
Truth Social?
No. Who gives a shit about Truth Social? I don't care about Truth Social.
No, either way, yeah.
Do you know what he has that he didn't have in 2020? People can't be this naive, bro.
Trump?
What?
He's got a chip.
No, forget about the chip. He's had a chip since before he was born. When his parents conceived him, there was a chip already in the shoulder.
Yeah.
This guy's born with a chip. Okay.
Is it all the stuff, Pat, that's been exposed with all the Twitter and all the COVID, all the everything?
Twitter files,
the
New
Twitter,
York Post,
COVID,
Hunter Biden, everything
that he said.
Now he has proof to
Yes.
say Russia was fake. Twitter files, New York Post, Hunter Biden. I should have been president. They were wrong. This and you can't say anything to that.
Gain of function. Yeah.
There's nothing you can say to that. He's going to say, look what. Did you see what Fauci said this week with CDC and vaccines?
No.
Did you guys see the article with Fauci this week with vaccines?
No.
Well, we should be very careful with the mRNA because some of the things we have to be. This is just a couple days ago, by the way. I don't know if you guys.
Before you shift gears, you're going to go to
I'm not trying to shift gears. All I'm saying to you is just think how a great storyteller and a marketer and how great troller he is. He has more content today where he can give a 5-hour speech on this. And he'll keep going and going and going and going and going. Now, Twitter's got him back. Facebook's got him back. Instagram's got him back. Google's about to give him back. He's got Truth Social. He's got all this other stuff. And you give him all this content. Yep. I mean, this is like
by the way, fantastic point. Fully agree. And then here's my advice. If he makes it, which I assume he will, if he uses the word I versus we. I told you this. I was right. I called it. If it's that, people are over that.
He's going to.
But
that's
he
my
is,
point
for sure.
But if he says,
wouldn't you?
We need to understand the American people. We all
He definitely won't.
If he makes it about him, he will lose.
And by the way, you know what else is going to? You know why this is all playing into his hand? Here's what's going to be playing into his hand. What's going to happen all year long this long? Did you see what AOC did the other day with fake Hunter Biden laptop? Did you see what she said? Have you seen this?
No.
Half true.
And she's like, this is half true Hunter Biden fake laptop that everybody on the conservative sides want to talk about and investigate. That's a sign of weakness.
100%.
So the next 12 months, you're going to see Fauci being investigated. You're going to see gain of function being
Twitter's
investigated.
on right
should
now.
be
You're gonna
investigated.
but what
Fauci should be investigated.
What I'm trying to tell
but he
you is
won't.
that does not help DeSantis. That helps Trump because all of that worked against Trump.
Yes.
That didn't work against DeSantis. What DeSantis has going on is the following. Nobody in America as a governor handled COVID, scoreboard, leaders bulletin, data. Nobody handled it better than him. That is a salute everyone's given him. Well, he went from 34,000 votes to 1.5 million votes. That's where he's at. But there's another dimension to this game of politics, man. There's a very different dimension to this game of politics.
So you kind of asked the question, and so you asked, "Who do you think I want to see president?"
Yeah.
I don't have an. I literally don't know.
I'm curious. Who do you think?
I don't know. I
Who do you think?
You would vote for
I'm
either
curious.
one of them.
Who do you think?
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You know, am I rooting for DeSantis? No. But when I objectively look at what I think he would do as a president, so I could do this, and live this, and this, that's who I'd kind of like to see. I look at taxes, I look at things that are going on in Washington right now, and I just roll my eyes, and I'm like, this is incredible. And I say, you know, I think DeSantis would be a moderating force and all that. But I think about it the same way you did. It's, you know, it's like, who would you like to see win the Super Bowl, and who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl, or who do you think is going to walk through those playoffs? And I agree with everything you've said. I think America doesn't understand the core Trump voter, and they are about to be energized by exactly what you said. I was right.
Yes.
That is powerful. I was right.
Yep.
He's not.
I think.
I don't know. Did you give an answer?
Sure did. I did very clearly. I said, would I like to see DeSantis as president for the moderation and everything that's going to come out of that?
So you're picking DeSantis.
Sure. If he's going to manage the country the way he managed Florida, then you kind of trust that guy and say he's going to keep the peace and I'll be able to do my thing, grow my business. And do
same for you, Pat?
Well, I'm saying I don't think Pat would be mad. I don't think you'd be mad if Trump, like, obviously we see with DeSantis, very good, very attractive candidate. But going back to the Trump thing, I don't think he'd be mad that Trump. I don't think you'd be mad that Trump won because at least this time he'd get a kind of a fair shot with all the shit that was against him. I've said this before. At least he'd be having like no Trump, no Russia, no this, no pandemic. If they don't release, you know, if China doesn't have another goddamn outbreak. But I'm not gonna front. If you flip the coin, I wouldn't give a shit which one.
So
I'm
which
gonna be
one would you
honest with
pick?
For Pat, I would say
No, for
DeSantis.
you.
For me, I honestly wouldn't care. I'm being
You
dead
have
ass.
zero
I
care?
don't give a shit because
that's
no
weird.
because but here's my point though. During Trump, the only thing that was hurting everybody were
Vinny,
people's
take
feelings,
a pick, bro.
Were
Pick-
people's
pick
feelings.
one. This isn't it.
I'd go Trump because
Okay.
I want to see him have a fair shot without the Russia bullshit, without this, without fuck Fauci, without all these assholes. I'd want him to go by
Let Pat
himself.
answer his own question.
So concerns of what I worry about. This is what I worry about. What is the last thing left to do to Trump that they haven't done yet?
Indict him.
They've pretty much done everything.
On Epstein Island, there was a video of him doing
But
something.
they're
Literally kill him.
That's it. Okay. By the way,
They've already
good.
killed his reputation. They've killed his business.
That's
They've
it.
killed everything
That's
about
it.
him.
So that is the last thing that's left, which is a play, a card that was used against Kennedy, against Reagan, against Lincoln, against RFK, against MLK. I mean, there's a list of
Yeah. By the way, we are not condoning.
No,
Just
no,
to be clear
zero.
here,
Zero.
everybody.
No, hell no.
All I'm saying to you is there is different forms of assassination.
Yes.
Character assassination is
done. Yep.
very, very, very hardcore. Financial assassination is hardcore when you don't have any money. And what a bunch of the guys from New York. Giuliani used to be a hero in New York. Now, think about how's he making money? They took his license away from him. This was a guy that you loved when 9/11 happened. Now you want to trash the guy because he can become someone's lawyer?
Yeah.
You know, you got a few other names on that list. So they're going to do financial, character. Typically, if you do financial, it's done. It's done when you do financial. They can't do that to him. Character assassination, 99% of the time, it's done. He's Teflon. Doesn't bother him. There's only one thing left. So my concern is that, and it may not even be from the States, and maybe somebody else, all this other stuff that just is not happy with this guy becoming the leader. Because if he becomes president, tariffs are coming back. China's going to be miserable. He's going to expose him. He's going to make the tribunal court with, where did COVID come from, gain of function, there's going to be so many people that don't want him to be there. Trust me, Democrats are begging for DeSantis to win, to be the lead, or their strategy is to make sure Trump wins, but give him so much content that whoever they put up against him, and there's only one or two people that can beat Trump if they go up against him. Michelle's one of them. If I'm on the left right now, you have no idea how many conversations I'm having with Michelle Obama.
Please.
Exactly.
You have no idea how many conversations I'm having with Michelle Obama. They fear that Hillary is going to get in there because you can't prevent Hillary. Who's going to tell Hillary, don't run, and she listens? Nobody. If Hillary's going to run, she's going to run. Hillary sees herself as an equal to Trump. Hillary sees herself as, and by the way, to me, she is, except she's not marketable.
Yeah.
And she's not a good speaker. She's not. So to go back to it, I want policies. I'm concerned about age. I'm concerned about whether you're going to last and stay energized to fulfill. So even if he gets elected in a year and a half, 2 years, January 2025 is going to be inauguration. How old is Trump going to be January 2025?
Probably 80 almost.
So you mean to tell me you're going to go till 84? He's a pretty healthy guy. He's golfing. He's walking. He's active. He's a guy that
He doesn't drink, no drugs.
No, he doesn't do drugs. He doesn't do any of that stuff. But that's the concern. DeSantis is younger. All of that stuff. So it's the policies DeSantis, I believe, will drive. I believe Trump will also drive. They're about to go do character assassination on Biden, I believe, on DeSantis, I believe, the next 9 or 12 months. And we've not yet seen how he's going to handle that.
If Trump was elected in 2024, he would be 78 years old when he steps foot in the Oval Office for the second time.
So 82 years old.
Right now, Joe Biden is currently 80 years old.
Yeah.
So he'd be younger than Joe Biden if he were to get a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your pick Trump?
My pick is either way, but I have concerns with both of them.
Okay.
I have concerns that they will, because so sometimes when you have a squeaky clean resume, what happens? What's the fear of somebody that's squeaky clean?
They're hiding something here, buddy.
So everybody plays a facade. We're all playing a facade. Your facade is what? I'm a comedian. I'm a funny guy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tom's message from the outside for people that don't know. If you don't know Tom, what do you think Tom is?
A race
Good
car driver.
Christian man,
yeah.
good father, who knows a lot, has done a lot of business, has got good takes. That's Tom.
Yeah.
You are trying to change a bit of your story where you're going from good boyfriend, fun guy to hang out with to you'd like to be a family guy and get married and have kids. Am I wrong or am I saying it pretty correct?
I'm going through a growing up phase.
Yes.
Okay, but you're recreating yourself in essence, right? But if somebody, say we go 3 months ago, you know what somebody would say about you? That's a guy that's made his money. He's having his fun. He's good with the ladies. He's well-spoken. He's a good host. He's chill. That's Adam, right? Every one of us has a certain thing. I want you to think about the most square person in your life. You don't need to say the name. You don't need to say the name.
Oh, sorry about
but think about person you know. Think about the most square person in high school growing up or in life.
Yeah.
Think about the square person.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know that square person, your mom would always say, why can't you be like, we had these couple friends, my mom would say, why can't you be like this person? Why can't you be like that? Why can't you? I go, oh my God, so freaking annoying. When the stuff came out, that guy was doing drugs, that guy was doing this, that guy was doing like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm so glad I wasn't. So when stuff was like, well, Pat, yeah, okay. Okay. But DeSantis's MO is squeaky clean.
Yeah, big time.
So the smallest little thing about him is going to get a bigger reaction. If somebody said right now that, Trump has got a girlfriend in, South Florida that, such and such, you know what you would do with that? We may not even cover the story.
Yep.
It's like, obviously, I mean,
whatever.
whether it's true,
But
whether it's not true,
it doesn't
whatever.
matter if it's true or not. When you play this, like, this is why I don't like to talk about that I go to church and I do all this. I don't like to talk about that because to me, every time people get into too much Jesus, too much Bible, too much this, those people who did it too much to kind of, what do you call it, like put one up you.
Holier than thou.
Right. I've always been very careful when somebody uses the Jesus card against me. I'm like, yeah, you know what? The people that I know that follow God and are living the good life, they typically don't go around doing it the way you're doing it and using it to kind of feel like you're more Christian than I am and you're better than I am. I don't relate to that. And quite frankly, those people walk on water and they eventually have a very hard fall. So that's the concern, both sides.
Is that the analogous metaphor?
I'm trying to be analogous and fearless all combined at the same time. That's what I'm
Speaking
trying
of Jesus,
to do.
let's all hold hands here. Let's just get it. Let's take a moment.
No, but you understand the point I'm trying to make
exactly
to you.
what you're
That's
saying.
my fear.
Yeah, when stories come
my
out with
fear.
Ron of having a girlfriend or whatever the story is with the drinking, you're saying that's going to carry a lot more weight because it's so new and he is not used to these.
Yeah, Trump would look at that
trashy
picture, and
stories.
Trump would look at that picture, and I'm like, yeah, he's either going to say what? Yeah, I don't remember that, or that's not me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at them. They're actually pretty hot. So what does that say about me? He's going to say something like that. Ha, ha, ha. You move on. But DeSantis, this is going to drag 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. With Trump, it's a one-day story. With DeSantis, it's a 6-month story.
Yeah. Well,
So,
here's what I can guarantee.
yeah.
This Trump-DeSantis story,
Yeah.
it ain't going away anytime soon.
Oh, no,
We're
it's
gonna
gonna
be
get
covering this
hotter and
for the next
hotter.
18 months.
Oh yeah.
Get used to it. Buckle up.
Yeah. Pat, what'd you mention about AOC? What she was talking about the Hunter Biden laptop?
Yeah, she
That
said
she
it-
was saying. And, can I
During
say-
the Twitter hearing.
Yeah, can I say one thing? Because there's a lot of that going on right now, all the House Judiciary hearings about Twitter and all that.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing, why the Hunter Biden laptop is so important, okay? Because what people fail to understand, it's that whole story isn't about the crackhead painter son of the president. It's about the president of the United States, while he was in that laptop, has all these dealings with the big guy, Tom, that is with China, with Ukraine, and with Russia. They're listening to us. And what people don't realize is what's going on the global stage right now. We're giving all these billions of dollars to Ukraine to fight Russia. China is flying freaking spy balloons over, and we don't do nothing to them. You understand what I'm saying, Tom? Like, he is so compromised, and that's why that story. And I hate, because I have liberal friends, Pat, that keep going, here you go again, the Hunter Biden laptop. I go, I don't give a shit about Hunter. His father is all in there, and they're doing everything they can to stop it. I just hope those investigations that you're talking about come out, because like you said with Trump saying he's right, Pat, that idiot left these laptops in that Delaware spot.
Yeah.
Everything is on there pointing at his father and him, and he was the bag man, and nobody gives a shit.
By the way,
It's the year of investigation.
Well, let's see. Hopefully it ramps up.
I'm telling you, I said this January 1st. This is the year of investigations. It's going to be a very shitty year in that regard. But I'm going to tell you two things, and we go off this and we go into some serious topics like Super Bowl predictions.
Beautiful.
Here's what I'll say to you. If you're in the camp, everybody has skeletons in the closet. So what the camp doesn't do is investigate each other. Okay, let me kind of unpack this.
Yeah.
When you're in the camp, whether you're McConnell or you're Schumer, whether you're Pelosi or you're McCarthy, whether you're whoever, if you're in the camp, You don't investigate each other's to put them in jail and to do all that stuff. It's like a code.
Got you.
You don't do
Like
it.
mafia stuff.
It's omerta stuff
Exactly.
that you'll do. Well, let's play
Yeah.
politics. We got to raise money and da-da-da-da-da. So then they oust certain people who don't want to be in the camp, okay? When somebody outside of the camp comes in and doesn't want to play the rules of the camp, they will go after you and take you to court. Trump's not in the camp, okay? DeSantis, they would much rather prefer dealing with DeSantis. Yale, who's gone to Yale? Bush, Kerry. So Yale, you got Congress, you got Navy SEAL military. In the military, you have to learn chain of command. I mean, there is that. There is no chain of command in
He's a
free
company
enterprise.
man.
So
Yeah.
so it's not. I'm not just saying that, but it's going to be a lot easier dealing with a DeSantis. Scent of a woman. It's going to be a lot easier
Good.
dealing with DeSantis than it's going to be to deal with Trump.
Exactly.
So 100%, they would much rather prefer DeSantis as a president than Trump because you understand the code.
Yeah.
Okay. There's you know how kind of like Roland Martin was here the other day. Says, when's the last time you saw cops whistleblowing on each other? Da 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 da. Okay. Guess what? Maybe there's some truth behind that.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So
course.
there's also some truth behind politicians kind of
Yeah.
doing that to
Yeah.
each other. Okay, so if you enjoyed this clip, you want to see another one, click here to watch another clip. And if you want to take advantage of the latest Gold Signature Series products that just came out, we have a bunch of new merch that's out. This is a color-changing mug when you drink coffee. That lion turns into a real lion. And then we have hoodies with Valuetainment Gold on it, the Gold Signature Series hat, shirts. I'm an entrepreneur. Anyways, we have a lot of items. They're selling out. If you want to take advantage of the Gold Signature Series, click here, place your order, sport your Valuetainment gear, and tag us with the hashtag Valuetainment.